The song "This Is Our God" by Phil Wickham is another great worship tune. And this song just has a great message to it. It's a lot of fun to play. And for us as keyboard players, our job can be a little bit more involved in this song. And especially if you've got a secondary keys player, there's a lot of parts that can be covered in this song. And so if you're just doing it by yourself, you can choose just to kind of focus in on the acoustic piano. If you're using tracks, you can allow the tracks to handle some of the synth work and you focus more on piano and maybe a couple of lead things here and there. If you've got a secondary keys player, they can play some of these alternate lines, especially like there's like a synth part that kind of fades in and continues through the verses and those sorts of things. So this has a lot of options, and I've chosen to put as many sounds as I possibly can into this to give you those options. Now, it's not a difficult song to learn, pretty much the same kind of chord progression throughout, so it's a lot of fun to play. So for now, go ahead and get your rig set up, watch the music video, and let's jump in. All right, the patches for this song are a little bit more involved. We're using all 8 parts in Omnisphere, and as always, I use a piece of software called Omnisphere and Keyscape. Those are running on my computer. What you see here is just a controller app on my iPad, and I can pick and choose which sound that I want at any point in time. Just like you would do on a normal keyboard changing your sounds, I'm just changing it here, and I can combine those into different kind of layers. And so it starts off with our main acoustic piano. This one is called Wick Comp C7 Wet. It sounds like this. There you can hear there's some delay on there, which is good. It's subtle, especially for the tail ends of things. In addition to that, we've got another one that comes out of Keyscape, and I actually forgot to change the name on this. I pulled up kind of a preset, and then I modified it. This one is called Duo Scoring Piano Celeste, and so it's got an upright feel to it with this kind of celeste sound to it, and it's layered in there. You play this kind of just at the beginning, and then you layer in the acoustic piano for the rest of the song. But this one sounds like this. So there you can hear there's a lot of distance in that. It's got a lot of reverb, and then you can subtly hear that celeste. In addition to that, we've got some synths. The first one is our bass arp. It's kind of got this pulse to it. Then we've got another one. This is a classic Jupiter lead that I bring in at the beginning of the song, but you can't hear it because of the volume. Got a low pass filter to it. In addition to that is our main 80s OB stab. We got a high sparkle lead. Fill it down. Open it up. We've got our big green poly synth. And then finally our Juno synth. We put them together. And those are our patches. As you can see, they all work pretty well together, and you can do this as just a single keyboard player. There's a couple of things that might be challenging to change and get to. It's probably going to be a whole lot better if you use tracks or if you have a secondary keys player to help fill in some of those gaps. But this gives you all the patches that you need, and as always, you can purchase this multi right here on Worship Artistry. Just click that link down there on your left, and you'll have everything that you need. All right, this song is fairly easy because we're in the key of C. Pretty much the same chord progression throughout, pretty basic, no funky chords or anything like that. So when we start off, we're just going to be kind of droning on this this C chord, and so you can play your C chord like this, A minor, G sus, or G, F2, or F. You do C over E, F, C, G, A minor, F, G, C. Then we're going to shift up. You can kind of, if you want to fill things out, you can do a C over E to F, then G over B to C. E minor, F, G, C. And those are our chords. So again, not terribly difficult. We're just changing up our inversions a little bit, so just be aware of that. Make sure you take a look at your sheet music down below, and let's move on to the next part of the lesson. All right, this song starts off with kind of a fade in into the intro, and if you're doing this by yourself, you can choose to do it. You're going to have to kind of be quick on the draw to change your sounds. To start off with, you kind of fade in with your polysynth. You kind of have it in. I'm going to open up just a little bit. And then you bring in your Juno, and it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 1. And you play that. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1 E and 1 E and a little syncopated. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. So a little syncopated, so just be aware of that. And you do that through the verse if you want to. So you would have kind of your... if you want to do that, or you can leave that out and let the tracks or your secondary keys player do it. Now, once you fade in and you do that, we go into our main intro turnaround. It sounds like this: 3, 4, and 1. So again, the melody. So we hit the C's. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, and 3, 4, and off. Now just be aware that after the first verse you do that, after the second verse you do that before going on into the chorus. But when we come back to the third and fourth verses, you don't do those in between and moving into your second chorus. You leave that out. Now coming out of the, you have this for the outro as well. So just be aware of that. Same thing, intro, turnarounds, outro. Now the outro, you're actually going to change your chords in your left hand. That's our intro. Now when we get into our chorus, basically the same progression that we just did there. You're just gonna, you can choose to either do the piano side or you can do the synth side. I'm gonna choose to do the piano side, so I'm gonna leave all of these in. A 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. G to F. Then it launches into our chorus. Same thing again when we come back. We do the same progression, but you don't do that turnaround between the two. And so that's our verse as well as our intro. Make sure you take a look at your sheet music down below, work through the loop videos a few times, and let's move on to the next part of the lesson. All of the choruses are identical, and they look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 off. So again, C over E, F, C, G, repeat. C over E, F, C, G, again. C over E, F, C, G, and then A minor, walk down, F, G, and then C. Now, after the first chorus, you go to that. After the second chorus, you build 2, 3, and then that moves into our bridge. So again, all of the choruses are identical. Just be aware of that little walk down from A minor, and you'll be good to go. Make sure you take a look at your sheet music down below, work through the loop video a few times. Let's move on to the next part of the lesson. All right, the last section we can take a look at is the bridge. Now, coming out of that second chorus, you're going to kind of build, and then to set you up into the bridge, you're going to do a C over E. Now, we're going to change over to our pianos and this cheesy high sparkle lead. It's real piercing at first. You can dull it back. I'm actually going to leave off the main piano and just use the upright, so it kind of is a little bit more dull. That way that lead can kind of shine through just a little bit. So we're coming out of the chorus, so 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Get up, up. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. So again, pretty easy. We're just doing C over E, F, pull that back, G over B, C, and then you start on this E, to F, repeat, one more time, walk up, G to A minor, and then G, and build, and then back into our chorus. It's pretty much that. Now for the first 2 times through the bridge, you want to keep that kind of mellow sounding, and then as it builds, you open up those filters to give it some edge to it, and then you build back into the chorus. Don't forget, in that chorus, the last chorus, you're going to have that tag, and then you go to the outro, you end on the C, and that's the end of the tune. Now make sure you take a look at all of your sheet music down below, work through the loop video several times, and start over and work through the music video just to make sure you've got it up underneath your belt. Don't forget to have fun and always bring your best.
If you're tired of searching the whole internet to look for a decent tutorial, check out worshipartistry.com. We've got over 600 licensed, cohesive song lessons for your whole team. Link is in the description.